Good afternoon, all of you. So today also I will explain about the basics of the transformer and working principle construction. So what is the purpose of the transformer means? Transformer is used for increasing the voltage levels or decreasing the voltage levels. Simultaneously, current levels decreases and increases. If voltage levels are increased, current levels are decreases. So transformer is an AC device, operates on AC alternating current only. So transformer is a static device. That means there is no rotating parts in the transformer. There is no rotating parts. Transformer is a stationary part. So that's why transformer is called a static device. So transformer having basically two windings in single phase transformer. So two windings means two coils. It is made with two coils. So just two copper coils. Transformer is nothing but two copper coils placed side by side. So this is a transformer. So this is a transformer having two coils. These coils are made with copper. So we apply alternating supply because transformer is an AC device, operates on only AC. So apply alternating supply to this primary winding. So this is called primary winding. When we give supply, that winding is called primary winding. When load is connected on second side, that is called secondary winding. So electrical load, this is a load, electrical load. Electrical load means a resistive load or inductive load or a capacitive load. So this is called a secondary winding. So the primary winding or secondary winding or low voltage winding or high voltage winding. So low voltage winding having less number of turns, high voltage winding having more number of turns. Depending upon number of turns, transformer is classified as step-up transformer or step-down transformer. If secondary winding having more number of turns, so that means suppose N1 is the primary turns, N2 is the secondary turns. If N2 is more, secondary having more number of turns, then the transformer is called step-up transformer. If N2 is less than the N1, then the transformer is called step-down transformer with respect to voltage. So suppose voltage increases, current values decreases. That means transformer is a constant power device. If we neglect the losses, transformer is a constant power device. We cannot increase the power levels with the help of a transformer. So we change the voltage levels only. For example, if you use 115 volts AC supply, then it is converted into 230 volts or it is converted into 67 volts like that. So that means by using transformer or with the help of the transformer, we change the voltage levels only. That is also AC voltage levels only. Voltage may be increases or decreases. Simultaneously, current decreases or increases. If voltage increases, current decreases. V into I is constant because power equal to V into I. So AC power equal to V into I cos theta. If voltage increases, current decreases, therefore power is constant. So if you neglect the loss, if you consider the losses, small amount of power is wasted in the form of losses. So therefore, if you give, for example, 100 kilowatts power input power to the transformer, we get 98 kilowatts at full load. So that means 2% is wasted in the form of losses. So transformer is the most efficient devices in all electrical machines as compared to all electrical machines. It may be generator, DC generators or AC generators or other electrical machines as compared to other electrical machines. Transformer is the most efficient device. The efficiency of the transformer is around 98 or 99%. So that means very small amount of power is wasted in the form of losses in transformer. Because transformer is a static device, there is no rotating parts. So there is no rotating parts means losses is very, very small. Small amount of copper losses and small amount of core losses only. So that's why transformer is the most efficient device as compared to other electrical machines. So power is transferred from primary to secondary. Power is transferred from primary to secondary magnetic medium. So power is transferred from primary to secondary through magnetic medium. So first AC power is converted into magnetic flux. That flux is transferred through core. So this is a symbol of the transformer. So we represent transformer in this manner. So this is a symbol. Primary winding, secondary winding, two lines drawn vertically. The two lines represents core. So this is the electrical symbol of the transformer. If it is a step-up transformer, secondary is represented with more number of turns. That means, so this is the one transformer. This is the core. Step-up transformer means more turns on secondary. More turns on secondary. Step-down transformer means this is the step-down transformer. So less number of turns on secondary. Step up, step down. Isolation transformer is there. The purpose of the isolation transformer is to isolate the one electrical circuit to another electrical circuit, because in transformer there is no electrical connection between the primary and secondary. Primary and secondary are magnetically coupled. There is no electrically coupled or electrical connection between the primary and secondary. There is only magnetic coupling between the primary and secondary. So isolation transformer means having both same number of turns on primary and the same number of turns on secondary. So same N1 equal to N2 in isolation transform. Generally isolation transforms are used in electronic circuits. So transformer is a static device. The word transformer comes from word transform. Transform means change, voltage change. So here voltage change occurs. If you give some value of voltage, that voltage may be increases or decreases in transformer. So this is not an energy conversion device. But it devices the change AC electrical power at one voltage level to AC electrical power at another voltage level through the action of magnetic field, that is mutual induction between the two coils, primary coil and secondary coil, mutual induction. And simultaneously current values also changes with respect to voltage without changing frequency. Without changing frequency means if you give 50 Hz frequency to the primary, secondary also having same frequency. Frequency does not change. It can be either step up or step down transformers. So then if you neglect the losses, transformer is a constant power device. Transformer is a constant frequency device, and flux is common for both primary winding and secondary winding. Therefore, transformer is also called constant flux device. Losses neglected, constant power device. Constant frequency device, because both having primary and secondary having same frequency. Primary and secondary links with same flux, magnetic flux. So that's a constant flux device. Power, frequency, and flux is constant in transformer. In 3, frequency is 100% constant, and flux and power is 98% constant. There are some assumptions with respect to power and with respect to flux. So working principle of the transformer is mutual induction between the two coils. Magnetic coupling. If one coil is connected to a source of alternating voltage, an alternating flux is set up. Every current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. If you give alternating power to the conductor, that conductor produces alternating flux around the conductor. If you give DC power, the conductor produces direct uniform flux. AC power means alternating flux. DC power means uniform flux. So a transformer is a static device. There is no rotating parts. So that's why we give alternating current. So alternating current produces alternating flux. That means flux changes with respect to time, magnitude and direction. In AC, flux direction changes with respect to magnitude and direction. Suppose this is the flux. So that means flux magnitude increases, decreases and 0 and becomes negative. So that means this is alternating flux. If you give alternating voltage, that alternating voltage produces alternating current in a closed loop. That current produces alternating flux. So this is alternating flux. Alternating flux means the flux magnitude. This is the flux value with respect to time. The flux magnitude increases and magnitude decreases and magnitude reverse minus flux, here minus flux. So this is the positive flux, here negative flux, negative flux. A negative flux, okay, flux direction changes, positive and negative. Magnitude also changes. That means that gives the alternating flux. That alternating flux links the primary coil and EMF will be induced in the primary coil. That EMF is called self-induced EMF. That means flux is produced by the same coil. Flux links with the same coil. EMF is induced in the same coil. So that's why self-induced EMF. The flux produced by the primary coil links the secondary coil. EMF will be induced on secondary coil. So that induced EMF is called mutually induced EMF. Mutual induced EMF. Self-mutual. Same conductor, neighboring conductor. Neighboring conductor EMF is called mutual induced EMF. That means mutual induction between the two coils is existing because of flux. So secondary EMF circulates the current in the secondary loop. There is a mutual coupling between the primary coil and secondary coil in transformer. There is no electrical connection, only magnetic coupling is there. So this is the magnetic coupling. Here see the principle of the operation. So we apply AC supply, that means alternating supply to the coil. So this is the primary coil. This is the primary coil. So this is the coil. This coil is made with copper. Coil is made with copper. We apply alternating supply, current entering into the coil, current leaving into the coil. So this conductor produces flux, alternating flux. That alternating flux links the same coil according to Faraday's laws. Flux linking with the conductor changes, EMF will be induced. Here conductor is there. This is the conductor, copper conductor. Alternating flux is there. That means flux linking with the conductor changes. So therefore EMF will be induced in the conductor. So that is called self-induced EMF. The flux produced by these conductors links the same coil, EMF induced in the same coil. The flux produced by the same coil passes through the core because core is made with the magnetic material. The core allows the flux to pass easily passes and links with the secondary coil. So this is the flux produced by primary coil and passes through the core and links with the secondary coil and completes its path. This is the magnetic closed path of the magnetic link. So this alternating flux links with the secondary coil, EMF induced in the secondary coil, that is called E2. This EMF is called mutually induced EMF. Self-induced EMF E1, mutually induced EMF E2. So when load is connected, that means switch on. If you on switch a fan or light or something, so secondary current will exist. That is I2 value. I2. Here I1, I2, V2, E2, E1, V1. Primary turns N1, secondary turns N2. Primary resistance R1, secondary resistance R2. When alternating flux is existing in the winding coil, so reactance is also present. That reactance is because of flux. That is X1, primary reactance, secondary reactance X2. These are the parameters of the transformers. Primary voltage V1, primary current I1, primary induced EMF V1, secondary induced EMF V2, secondary current V2, terminal voltage of the load V2, E2, V2, N2, R2, X2. All are V1, I1, E1, R1, X1, N1, E2, V2, I2, N2, R2, X2. Primary parameters are represented with ones, secondary parameters are represented with twos. So this magnetic core is made with magnetic material. This magnetic core provides a low reluctance path for magnetic flux. It provides a path, that's why easily coupling. Flux easily passes in this magnetic core. So in electrical machines, there is no magnetic core between the stator and rotor. Suppose in DC machine, between the stator and rotor, there is an air gap. Air gap offers more reluctance. More reluctance means which opposes the flow of flux. Resistance means which opposes the flow of current. Reluctance means which opposes the flow of flux. So in machines, electrical machines, that is DC machines or AC machines, in rotating machines, there exists an air gap because rotor is rotating, stator is a stationary part. There must be there must be an air gap. Without air gap, there is no rotating part. Some friction is there, mechanical friction. To avoid that one, we must provide some air gap between the stator and rotor. That air gap offers more reluctance. Because of that reluctance, the flux not easily passes from stator to rotor. That means coupling between the two windings. In that case also we have two windings. In DC machine we have stator winding and rotor winding, armature winding and field winding. So there exist two windings. Here also we have two windings, but here two windings are stationary. In electrical machines, in rotating machines, one winding is stationary, second winding is rotating. So there exists between the air gap between the stator and rotor. That air gap offers more reluctance. That because of that reluctance, machine having more losses, waste power, more power is required to pump the flux from stator to rotor. That means through air gap. Here there is no air gap. We provide magnetic core between the two windings. So flux easily passes in transformer because of low reluctance path provided with the help of the core. That's why transformer having more efficiency as compared to other rotating electrical machines. The rotating electrical machines having 80%, around 80%, 85% efficiencies, maximum 90%. But a transformer having 98% of efficiency or 99 in some cases. So transformers classification. So depending upon construction, transformers are classified into, depending upon construction, core type transformer, shell type transformer, spiral core type transformer or berry type transformer is there, spiral core or berry type. Basis of the winding. So that means step up transformer or step down transformer. Step up means voltage levels increases. Step down means voltage levels decreases. Isolation transformer. This one is the isolation transformer. Basis of the coolant material used, because transformer having some losses, that loss is contained in the heat. We must remove the heat from the transformer windings. For that purpose, we use oils in transformer. The purpose of the oil is it acts as a coolant as well as insulator. So oil filled self-cooling transformers, oil filled water cooled transformer. Water cooling means outside water cooling. Air blast means we provide fans for cool the transformers. So these are the main parts of the transformer in construction. Laminated core, windings. Winding is made with copper. This core is made with silicon steel. Tank, outside frame. Tank means outside frame. Isolation or insulation. Synthetic oils. Breather. Breather means it remove the moisture from the transformer oil. So core is made with silicon steel. The purpose of the core is it provides low reluctance path between the primary and secondary windings. Okay. The purpose of the core is it provides mechanical support as well as it provides low reluctance path. Two purposes. Core purposes are two transformers. One is it provides low reluctance path between the for magnetic flux between the primary winding and secondary winding. Second one, it provides mechanical support to the windings. Windings are wounded on the core. It provides mechanical support on the for the core winding. Tank. The main function of the tank is it has some conservator tank. So transformer on upper side of the transformer we have some tank. The tank reserves the oil in transformer for providing the coolant. So this we have oils in this tank and provides mechanical support also. Tank also provides mechanical support for the windings and core. Both winding and cores are inserted in the tank from external atmosphere. It provides protection from the external atmosphere. So this isolation or insulation is provided with the help of synthetic oils. Breather act as a moisture remover from the transformer oil. So this breather removes the moisture. Any moisture is present in the transformer oil that removes to avoid the short circuit. So this is the core type of transformer. See the core type of transformer having only one window. So windings are placed in this manner in core type. So this is the core type. the core type transformer. So this is the shell type transformer. Shell type and core type. Mainly two types. Merit type is also there, but mainly we have two types. Type 1 core type, type 2 shell type. See, in core type transformer we have two windings in placed on two limbs. So that means in core type transformer, winding is made on the core, but in shell type transformer, so this winding is made on for central limb, and these outer limbs are protecting this winding. Outer limbs are protecting the winding. In this we have two windows. In this we have only one window. Core type one window, shell type two windows. So this is the laminated core in the transformer. Core is laminated to reduce the eddy current losses in the transformer. Eddy current losses. We know that eddy current loss is also present in the DC machines armature. Eddy current. So to reduce the eddy current losses, transformer core is laminated. We use not a single iron frame. We use a laminated frame to reduce the loss. So core is laminated in this manner. So in this manner also. Why the transformer core is laminated means core is laminated. Any machine. In any machine, why core is laminated means to reduce the eddy current losses. Why core is laminated in any electrical machine, not only transformer. It may be a DC generator, armature, or transformer, or AC generator, or AC, any machines. Core is laminated means to reduce the eddy current losses. So iron losses are classified into two types. We know that is hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. To reduce the eddy current losses, core is laminated. So to reduce the hysteresis losses, we use good magnetic material. To reduce the hysteresis losses, we use good magnetic material as a core material. If you use good magnetic material, it provides very, very low reluctance path for magnetic flux. Very, very low reluctance path means so opposition to the magnetic flux decreases, therefore hysteresis losses decreases. These are the formulas for eddy current losses and hysteresis losses. K is constant, B is the magnetic flux density, F is the frequency, B is the volume of the core. Here for eddy current losses, KH is the constant, B magnetic flux density, F is the frequency, T is the thickness of the laminations. Only difference is here T, here F. V is the volume of the core. So that means volume of the core material. So T is the thickness of the laminations in this one. In this one, volume of the material. C. So laminations means this is a solid core. Solid core. Solid core means it offers more currents. We provide core is laminated. So see, core is laminated means made with slices. This is one slice. This is one slice. So made with slices. So slices. So that means we provide speed breakers, nothing but a speed breaker. We provide insulation between these two slices. Here we provide insulation. That insulation limits the current flow. That insulation limits the current flow. Therefore, eddy current decreases. Losses are minimized, not zero. Losses are minimized. Eddy current losses are minimized by laminating the core. Laminating the core, and the laminations are insulated from each other. That laminations are insulated from each other. This is the insulation. Insulation provided chestam madhyalo chudandi here. Core is laminated and that laminations are insulated each other to reduce the eddy current losses. Same. Single solid piece, laminating piece. So hysteresis means for every in alternating supply, for every half cycle, current direction reverses, changes. Current direction changes. Current direction changes. So that means we need magnetic reversal to meet the frictional magnetic friction. We have some power is wasted in the form of loss. That loss is called hysteresis losses. See. So actually molecules are arranged in this manner in general core material. So different manners. So these are the molecules arrangement, molecule arrangement in normal case. When we magnetized the core, when we magnetized means when we apply an alternating supply. So the alternating supply means this is the alternating supply. So when current passes through iron core, copper winding. So this, suppose this is the core. So this is the core. So this core is wound with copper winding. So this is the copper winding. So we apply alternating supply to this copper winding, alternating supply. So that means current passes in one direction and reverses. Suppose from positive cycle, for positive cycle, current flows in one direction. That means here north pole is present, here south pole is present for positive cycle. So for the throughout this positive cycle. For negative cycle, this north pole becomes south pole and south pole becomes north pole because current direction reverses. So that means for positive cycle, so this is the molecules arrangement. This is the molecules arrangement for one cycle. For another cycle, that means this molecule directions reverses. Reverses means opposite direction is there. So that means these arrows are in this manner. All are arranged in this manner. Arrows. All are arranged in this manner. So that means we need some power to reverse the magnetic field. Magnetic field. That means north pole, south pole is for positive cycle, and south pole, north pole is for this cycle. For this one, for this one. That means every half cycle, magnetic poles are reversed. Initially, poles are the molecules are arranged in a particular manner, and then that molecules are must be reversed in another direction. So that means we need some power to change the direction of the magnetic field and to arrange the molecules for a particular manner initially. So that purpose we have some power is wasted. So some friction is there in between the molecules. So that friction is converted into heat. That heat is because of loss. That heat is converted into loss. So that is called hysteresis loss. That is called hysteresis loss. If the core material is a good material, it is easy to change the poles. If you use good material, it is easy for the molecules to change their direction. So good materials offer low reluctance, low hysteresis losses. Bad magnetic materials offers more hysteresis losses. So that's why we use good magnetic material as a core to reduce the hysteresis loss. Hysteresis losses depends upon the magnitude of the core material, volume of the core material. Hysteresis losses depends upon volume of the core material. So these are the two losses in the transformers. That is hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. So hysteresis losses depends upon volume. Eddy current losses depends upon thickness of the laminations. Frequency also depends. Hysteresis loss and eddy current both depends upon frequency and flux. So this is the core type transformer. So this is a shell type transformer. So in core type transformer, low voltage winding. So this is the high voltage winding. Here also. So these are the low voltage windings. Outside high voltage winding. So in this one, low voltage. So this is the low voltage winding. So this one is the high voltage winding. High voltage winding. So core type and shell type. Low voltage, one winding having low voltage, second winding having high voltage. More number of turns, high voltage. Less number of turns, low voltage. So that means half of the winding is placed in one limb. See, here one HV, one LV. Here one is similarly. Here also LV and HV. Here also LV and HV. That means half of the HV winding is placed on one limb. Remaining half is placed on second limb. That is also called interleaving of winding. Interleaving of windings. In shell type transformer, so this is the low voltage winding, this is the high voltage. High voltage winding always placed outside the low voltage winding. First low voltage, insulation, high voltage. So this is the basic difference between the core type and the shell type transformer. See, this is another manner. Windings are arranged in another manner. So see, this is a shell type. Here the core is there now. Windings. So these are the windings. So this is a core type transformer. So winding cut view. So the winding cut view. Core form. Core. Shell type is a core type. Same. Core type transformer. See, this is the top view. Top view. Top view. First core. So this one is the core. Insulation. Low voltage. Insulation. High voltage. I think you understand. Center plus represents the core. So this is the core. This is the core. Insulation, we provide insulation after core, then winding, then insulation, then winding. So actual diagram. This is the core material. Madhyalo insulation provide chestam. Outside winding. Winding is placed on outside. Physical diagram, actual view. So these are the windings. Windings, three-phase transformer. Windings. Bushing, these are called bushings or insulators. Insulator means brought out the winding terminals to external tank. So these are the insulation. This is called conservator tank. In this we reserve some oil. So this is outside tank, wheels to move the transformer. So this is the transformer. Same transfer. So this is the basic transformer core and windings. So this is the bushings or insulators. Because through these terminals we brought out the winding terminals through external connection, electrical connection. We brought out the terminals with the help of the insulators or bushings. These are the insulators or bushings. So this is the breather. Here we place some silica gel. Silica gel remove the moisture from the transformer oil. So we place silica gel in this breather. This is called breather. In this we place some silica gel. The silica gel remove the moisture from the transformer oil. So here we place some conservator tank. In this this act as a reservoir for transformer oil. Transformer oil may be expand or contract depending upon the load on the transformer. If transformer is overloaded, then the oil becomes heat because of losses. That heat, because of that heat, transformer oil expands. In that case, this oil conservator acts as a reservoir for that expanded oil. So this is the conservator tank. See the conservator tank. Here we provide some relay, Buchholz relay. I will explain later. Buchholz relay acts as a protector for transformer. I will explain Buchholz relay after that. So these are the bushings. Transformer tank, we place some oil. So these are the cooling tubes of the transformer. Cooling tubes. Cooling tubes. These are the cooling tubes of the transformer. So this is the breather. Drain tap. So drain tap means to remove the transformer oil, we provide the drain tap here. Tap. Wheels to move the transformer. So transformer core and windings, oils, bushings or insulators. Buchholz relay, conservator tank, breather. In this we place. So this is all about transformer tank. So there are
safe driving mode. Class baat na raha hai. Your microphone is unmuted.
Okay, I think you understand. If you have any doubts regarding the basics of the transformer, if you have any doubts?
Sir, bushes yokka uses ఏంటి sir?
చెప్పమ్మా.
Bushes
గురించి చెప్పనా?
Yes sir.